catching up with six-time Olympic gold medalist, three-time WNBA champion, and perhaps her greatest achievement, mother to two beautiful
Mhm.
children, Diana Taurasi. Diana, thank you for taking the time as always. Now, I know that you will always be you, whether you're talking to
Mhm.
me or talking to anyone else. So, how have you had the confidence to always be yourself in the public sphere?
Yeah, I think it's taken time. I think, like anything, when you get a little bit older, when you start finding the things that you really like, your passions, um, it's really a labor of love. It's things that you have to be a little bit more sure of as you get older, and especially in the sports world, when you're put in that position at a very early age, you're a little bit unsure of the things that maybe you should say and not say, things you should touch upon, or um, and I think the one thing that I've learned more than anything is just to be genuine, to be truthful to yourself, to, try to be considerate of other people. And those are the things that I've always stood by on and off the court, just to be genuine, try to be kind to people. And, those are the things that have always helped me.
Now, to that end, as someone who's represented the LGBTQ
Mhm.
plus community throughout your career, how have you seen that progress in the WNBA over the years?
Our league has always mimicked, a social progression, regression, call it what you want. Our league has always tried to be in the forefront of making sure that people are always included. And since I can remember, the WNBA has gone through its process too of what that looks like for us as a league, for us as ambassadors. And, I'm just proud that Phoenix was one of the first teams to do, an LGBTQ night, which is huge for us, for our, our city, for our league, and going back to just being able to be who you are, being true to yourself, and to make sure that everyone is accepted in a respectful way, to be able to live your life however you want. And the WNBA has really been in the forefront of that in so many ways.
Now, as far as an athlete with eczema, you haven't
Yeah.
always talked about it. So, how can you speak to your journey as an athlete with eczema?
Yeah, I mean, just partnering with Regeneron and Sanofi, and starting with Dupixent has really just changed my daily life. I mean, millions have, moderate to severe eczema, which is just, um, it's irritating, just like your skin. It's something that you have to think about all day. Making sure that you have all the creams and the lotions, and how's the weather going to affect my eczema and my stress and this, and it really just takes over your life. And after using Dupixent, all my symptoms have subsided, which is what you want. I mean, if you know anyone with eczema, it can be, a bit scary, especially when you're playing basketball and your arms are going to be out the whole time. I can remember there being times where, I take off my warm up top and I'm like, oh man, like it's one of those, and it's something I never really talked about. I kind of just, would try to put it in the back of my mind, and just get on the court and play, but it's really changed my daily routine and my life in a lot of ways.
And what does it mean to you to be someone others with eczema can look up to?
There's just different treatments, and that's the beauty of it. Ask your dermatologist what's the best way for you. But this has really just changed my daily routine of, the little things that I used to just dread: going in the pool with my kids, going to the beach, working out, and knowing I got to get lotioned up. All those things just, they just control your everyday life, and it's really been nice to see the difference.
You mentioned going to the pool with your kids. How's the off season been getting to soak it all up, the sun,
Yeah.
the pool, everything?
I mean, Phoenix, it'll let you have the sun forever. It's finally cooling down a little bit. We went on a great little family vacation in Hawaii and just hung out. It was Isla's, our youngest, third birthday, so we spent it in Maui. It was just nice to have some family time to just kind of decompress, reconnect, and just back to the grind when we got back. They're both in school. It's been nice to have some time to be home and to be present, and it's been really nice.
And how does it feel coming off another season? Just
Yeah.
purely that.
Yeah, I'm still I'm so happy for what we were able to do this year. Obviously, you always want to win a championship. You always want to get further in the playoffs, and you know, a possession here and there, first game. in the playoffs. We'll be playing Game 3 in Phoenix, and I still think about that a little bit, which I need to get over, I guess. But we just had such a great group. And some of those new players and Tosh and Kai and Rebecca and Nate and Nick just did a great job of really uh, just letting us know what the future of this franchise is. And, obviously Matt Ishbia has been at the forefront of that with the practice facility. I think the future is bright for Phoenix, for the Mercury, for the Suns, for our new G League team. It's just the Valley's just full of basketball.
Now, when people ask me my thoughts, not that I know too much
Yeah.
about what you're doing next year, I always say I truly believe that you don't even know until you really see how you feel. So typically, at what point of the offseason do you kind of start to figure it out?
Well, really soon, because my off season would end now, and my real season would start in a couple weeks. That's kind of how I've treated the last, um, you know, 5 or 6 seasons where I've stopped playing in Russia. Um, it's usually a 16 week process to get ready for the season, which is tough. I think sometimes you think about, oh, the season must be hard. No, the preseason is the hardest part when you're getting ready for the season. So I'll make a decision soon. Just taking my time, really thinking about it. It's all I know. I've loved playing basketball for so long. Getting ready, I love that, the mentality of working towards something, especially with a group that is just great. I love coming to work every single day into the gym. So it'll be a tough decision. It'll be a hard decision, but it'll be made.
Last one for you. When you mentioned the roster, you mentioned how great the
Mhm.
group is. When Ring 4 is staring you in your
Yeah.
face, how hard is it to say, "Oh, here's what I should
Yeah.
do," or "Here's what I want to do"? What's that psychological battle like?
Yeah, you kind of put all those things to the side. If I start analyzing the season and I'm like, thinking about, well, we played, I think, what, 7 games with our starting five healthy, and we were 5-2 and beat some of the best teams in the league. And then, you can go down the if train all you want, but um, I was just happy we were able to compete, get to the playoffs in a good place, and we made a mini run at it. But all those things kind of I put that in the background. If it's the end, it's the end. If it's we're gonna go forward, we're gonna go forward. I'm not gonna base my decision on last season or the last 5 years or the last 20 years. Obviously, yeah, four would be nice.
Yes, it will. Well, thank
Yeah,
you, Diana, as
no problem.
always. For Diana Taurasi, I'm Eliav. Goodbye. Sports
All right.
360 AZ.